You know why they're rushing AI? We'll ask AI and find out. I mean, I told AI why it was, and it's because of profit and power. That's what it's about. And even worse than that. But so I asked AI, I told AI that. I thought this would be challenging to AI, but no, it said the rush to advance AI is overwhelmingly driven by profit and power motives among major companies and investors. The generative AI industry is experiencing explosive growth with projections of reaching over $1 trillion in annual revenue, fueling a gold rush mentality where securing market dominance and financial returns are the primary goals. While some companies and leaders frame their efforts as altruistic or focused on benefiting humanity, evidence shows that even organizations originally structured as nonprofits like OpenAI quickly shifted toward for-profit models and strategic positioning to outcompete rivals and attract investment. The wealth generated by AI is concentrating among established tech giants and investors, further increasing their power and influence. Although not every individual involved may be solely motivated by profit and power, the dominant forces shaping the rapid development and deployment of AI are indeed commercial interests and the pursuit of market control. History and current trends show that unchecked pursuit of power and profit, especially when concentrated in the hands of a few, can lead to significant harm for humanity over time. Because I said the dangers to humanity by doing that. So especially when concentrated in the hands of a few, can lead to a significant harm for humanity over time, such as undermining democracy and meaningful public participation by enabling surveillance, manipulation, and monopolistic control, widening economic inequality, increasing job displacement, and eroding privacy, creating existential risks if a small elite or even autonomous AI systems gain unchecked authority over critical resources and decisions, stifling innovation and limiting the benefits of technology to a narrow group rather than society as a whole. These dynamics can destabilize societies, erode freedoms, and threaten human agency, demonstrating how the unchecked pursuit of power and profit can indeed be destructive over time. These are the dangers of rushing, or the consequences of rushing AI. The environmental impact. Training and running large AI models consume massive amounts of electricity and water, increasing carbon emissions and straining local resources. Data centers powering AI often rely on fossil fuels, worsening climate change. Security and privacy risks. Rapid deployment can outpace safeguards, leading to increased cybersecurity threats, data breaches, and misuse of AI for fraud or disinformation. Bias and inaccuracy. AI systems rushed to market may produce biased or inaccurate outputs, amplifying existing inequalities and causing harm in critical applications like hiring or healthcare. Job displacement. Accelerated automation can lead to significant workforce disruption, with many jobs replaced before adequate social or educational support is in place. Regulatory gaps. Speed often means regulation and safety measures lag behind, increasing the risk of harmful or unethical uses of AI. These risks highlight the need for balanced, responsible AI development that prioritizes safety, transparency, and societal well-being. And then I said they want to rush it because they want to have control over societies. And this is AI's answer. There is strong evidence that those pushing to rapidly develop and deploy AI often seek greater control both economically and socially over societies. Concentrating AI innovation and infrastructure in the hands of a few corporations or governments can amplify existing power imbalances, enable widespread surveillance, and shape public behavior through algorithmic manipulation. This centralization risks undermining democracy and increasing inequality and eroding privacy and individual freedoms. The need for robust regulation, ethical oversight, and public engagement to prevent a small group from using AI to dominate social, economic, or political systems will require regulation. Without these safeguards, the rush for AI dominance could lead to a loss of societal control and greater risks to the public. And then, rushing AI enables control over societies and social structures in several interconnected ways. One is algorithmic influence on information. AI-driven platforms curate and personalize content feeds, creating echo chambers that reinforce existing beliefs and fragment society. This undermines shared reality and democratic discourse, making it easier for those in control of the algorithms to shape public opinion and behavior. Shaping communication and behavior, AI standardizes and transactionalizes communication, subtle teaching people to interact more like machines, interacting more like machines, efficient but emotionally detached. This erodes empathy, human connection, and the nuanced understanding that underpins healthy societies. AI is increasingly embedded in critical institutions, hospitals, courts, hiring processes where it can perpetuate or amplify existing biases. Those who design or own these systems gain disproportionate influence over who gets access to services, jobs, or justice. Dependency and manipulation. AI-powered companionship and engagement platforms can foster emotional dependency, making users more susceptible to manipulation or profit or political purposes. The rush to deploy AI centralizes control in a handful of corporations or government, reducing individual and collective agency and making society vulnerable to exploitation or abuse by those in power. These dynamics, if left unchecked, risk undermining democracy, increasing inequality, and eroding the foundations of social trust and cohesion. So taking us further into an emotionally detached society. The government, they've been using this stuff for a long time to do predictive analysis and behavior. But where they want to take it, what Sam Altman's goal is to serve him. The government wants to serve themselves. I hate to say this, but I'm going to. There's no hope for the government. The Constitution, I'm not saying burn the Constitution. There's nobody there that either total incompetence, but I would say more just, maybe fear too, but they're just too used to serving not the smallest. I mean, again, the whole system was created so the smallest controlled the top. Yeah, that's never worked that way. Most especially because of the control corporate gained. But understand that's, God willing, I pray God intervenes. I pray. I've been crying about it today because to see more detachment and loss of emotional connection, well, that's what would cause us to go extinct.